Okay, let's talk about those of you that want to become an elementary school teacher. So, first of all, I want to say thank you for wanting to become a teacher. We need teachers so bad, and great teachers are just so impactful in society. So, anyway, so thank you very much. Personally, I don't know you on the other side of this video, but I do know your impact is going to be tremendous for so many, not only students, but families and society. So that's excellent. And what I'm going to try to do in this video is talk about those certification exams that we love as teachers to take, and specifically the math section for elementary teacher certification exams. And I'm going to give you a little bit of advice on how to prepare and pass those exams. But first, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John. I'm the founder of TabletClass Math. I am also a school teacher. I'm a middle and high school mathematics teacher, so I've been through all the certification process. I never taught elementary. However, I do know what it's like to take certification exams and be in the classroom. Now, for those of you that are interested, I'm going to leave a link to my Math Help program in the description of this video. But I have a huge category of teacher certification test prep courses and the mathematics that are going to be on them. I've done a lot of research through the years and developed very specific curriculum, kind of very specific test prep courses just for the math section for these particular exams. So if you want to check out to see if your particular exam, just go to my website, go to the teacher certification section of it, and you can kind of scroll through and check out some previews of my math courses. But you definitely want to have a plan to prepare to take your elementary teacher certification exam and be ready for the math. And let's kind of get into it because this is what I've found generally speaking. Now, every state, every level is different in terms of, there's different types of elementary certifications, and this every state is different. But in general, okay, this is kind of what I've seen is in terms of the math that you're going to need to know. Okay. Now, first of all, I encourage you, and you probably have already done this because you're certainly intelligent, you're going to be a school teacher, you have a college degree, is to go and take a look specifically what's going to be on your certification exam, all the standards and objectives that you're going to be tested upon. Okay, but let's just talk about some a basic overview of some of the math that most of you, if not all of you, are going to need to know. So the first thing is basic math. And I think this is where a lot of elementary school teacher candidates they say, oh, okay, all I need to know is what I'm going to be teaching. And that's logical, right? I mean, they're talking about, hey, you're not going to be teaching calculus or geometry, advanced geometry or, the quadratic equation in third grade. So you're saying to yourself, well, all I need to know is like about place value and fractions and decimals and how to add numbers and subtract numbers. Yes, you need to know all of that for sure. Okay, so as you prepare for these your respective exam, basic math is where you need to start. Okay, you need to go through and review and make sure you know as much as possible about arithmetic. Now, under basic math, probably be surprised that you'll need to review in this. A lot of us are like, yeah, I remember third grade math, fourth grade math, but there's a lot in there. Okay, so you need to go through and brush up on your all the concepts in arithmetic. Of course, I cover all this in my respective test prep courses. But yes, you need to know basic math. Okay, at a minimum, that's your starting point. Okay, but that's not the end all be all. And I think again, a lot of people will say, I'm only, going to be teaching elementary. I just need to be, strong with arithmetic and I should be okay on the test. That's not the case, okay? Almost all the elementary teacher certification exams are going to test you on more mathematics beyond what you're going to be teaching. So let's talk about some of that other math. So algebra, okay? You can definitely expect to see a good amount of algebra on your elementary teacher certification exam. Okay, so yes, you need to know high school algebra. So a lot of you out there are probably like, oh no, high school algebra. I didn't like high school algebra. Well, um, It doesn't make a difference if you've gotten this far in life with a college degree, you can handle basic high school algebra. You're going to have a plan and review, right? And this is where I think that you're going to have to give yourself enough time. So wherever you're at now to whenever you need to take your exam. And by the way, let me just say this other thing that teachers, okay, or there's so many teachers out there have that had to take their certification exam more than once or twice. So it is possible that people can fail. It's not the end of the world, if you have to retake an exam. Of course, you want to pass it the first time out, but if you don't pass, don't panic and don't think that it's the end of your career. You can certainly retake the exam, but you want to be, ready to pass the first time. Okay, so algebra, you're going to have to know a good amount of a high school level algebra. And I'm not talking about things like 2x is equal to 6. I mean, that's super basic. I'm talking about more advanced concepts in algebra. Of course, I'm not going to be teaching you all of that in this particular video. But anyways, let's move on to our next thing. And I have here, it's under this little word, data. So what am I talking about? Well, concepts of data as science. So that's would be like basic probability and statistics. Okay. And you could be talking about graphs like frequency tables, pie charts, bar graphs, finding the average, mean, median, mode, things like that. And so now sometimes that's often taught as part of an algebra course as well, but you'll probably see a decent amount of things about your interpretation to work with data. Okay, so that's something that you will definitely have to kind of be up to speed again on. Now, you don't have to go into advanced statistics and probability, just got to have to know the basics. Okay, all right, so let's move on to the next thing, and that is geometry. All right, again, geometry more like at the high school level, not just like, hey, here is the area of a triangle. Yes, you need to know that, but more sophisticated geometry problems, right? Think of, I guess the best way to think of this is what you took in high school, right? All of you out there are in college or are about ready to graduate from college. You took geometry, you took algebra. So that level of math, okay, is kind of where you want to try to, recoup, review, right? Of course, I do all this formally in all of my different elementary teacher certification math prep courses. Now, there are some states and there are some elementary teacher certifications that will even test you on more advanced math topics beyond algebra, basic data, and geometry. So I've actually seen, and I've been kind of surprised, and I don't recall, unfortunately, I don't recall some of those states off the top of my head, but I've seen this. This is kind of more the exception and not the norm. But I've definitely seen like some trigonometry and some pretty sophisticated math concepts in elementary teacher certifications. Now, they don't make up a large percentage of those exams because the way that your certification exam is, at least in terms of the math, this might be like 25%, this might be like 25%. They kind of break it down in this. So let's say you're studying an exam and there is advanced math on it. If you're strong in all these other areas, you'll still pass, but again, you still need to know what you're facing, all right? And all this is available out there. Just go to your respective state's Department of Education site. You'll know how to track it down and take a look what is going to be on the exam. That's a good place to start. But once you know, okay, what's going to be on the exam, so we're talking about elementary teacher certification here, you already know, hey, I'm here to tell you that it's going to be more than basic math. So you're going to have to go up at least to this level, to your geometry, your probability, statistics, some algebra, and your basic math. Now you need to do something about it. And I would, even if you did great in math in college and high school, you need to brush up and review. All right. If you give yourself only a couple days, a week or two, that's really not enough time. Think about it. Okay. This is a 1 year course in high school. This is a 1 year, you could actually taken a couple years of algebra and in high school, and even in college, you probably took a college algebra course or something else. So give yourself enough time and really, really put in the work. Okay, the whole idea, at least the objective for this video, is to try to get you to be aware. So you have situational awareness, so you can take and pass this exam the first time. Okay, you want to get in there and pass this exam, get your awesome score, get that certification, and then get going into your career and actually get into the classroom because that's where the real fun begins. I'll give you one little side thing here, and I'm sure heard this, is this. Your first year of teaching, okay, is everyone talks about it. I'm sure everyone's told you about it. You're like, oh, it's like it's so terrible. It's so this. Listen, teaching is art and it's a skill. It takes you time. Your first year, you know, don't worry about it and don't quit. I'm just telling you this little piece of advice. Don't quit. Keep going. You'll get better, right? Your first year is going to be like, wow, teaching is not what I really thought because you can't learn all this stuff in school. You actually got to get in there and just keep getting better. Your second year, your third year, you just keep going and you'll get better and better and better and better. And ultimately, I think you'll learn to really truly enjoy teaching and you'll be a pro at it. Okay. But it takes time. No one is going to, you know, uh, get this stuff right out of college, one, two, three. So give yourself time to, um, to learn and get that experience, okay? Because experience only comes with time. But hopefully, this little video helped you out in terms of making you aware so you can have an effective study plan. So again, if you're interested in my test prep courses for elementary teacher certification, just go to my website and you'll see a teacher certification part of my website. You can kind of scroll through. I have a lot of courses in there, a lot of tests. So you should be able to identify your test. If I don't have your test in there, go ahead and contact us through my website and we'll help you out the best I can. But with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best, not only on your certification exam, but in your teaching career. And again, thank you for choosing to be a teacher. Okay. So with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best and have a great day.